The Khoury classes for aortic regurgitation help us understand the mechanism of aortic insufficiency a lot better. There's a lot of similarities between these and mitral valve Carpentier classes, where type 1 would be normal leaflet motion, type 2 is excessive leaflet motion, and type 3 is restricted motion. These can help guide repair versus replacement decision making, which will be covered in more detail in later episodes. And they also help give greater understanding to how both the aorta and aortic valves contribute to the mechanism of aortic valve incompetence. Khoury type 1 is where you have normal cusp motion. 1A is when you have an ascending aortic aneurysm with STJ dilation, no sinus of Valsalva involvement. And remember, dilation only causes aortic insufficiency if the STJ is involved, not if it's isolated ascending aorta dilation. 1B is when you have dilation of the STJ and the sinus of Valsalva, which can be associated with Marfan and Ehlers-Danlos. Remember, Marfan's is associated with this pear-shaped aorta that just looks similar in structure. You can also have isolated aortic annulus dilation. And then finally, 1D is where you have normal cusp motion, but you have a cusp perforation causing aortic insufficiency. The Khoury type 2 is when you have excessive cusp motion. This occurs when you have a prolapse or a flail cusp, as you see in this echo clip here. Some of the contributors are if you have excessive leaflet tissue or disruption at the commissural level. The final Khoury class is type 3, where you have restricted cusp motion. This is especially important for surgeons because this is the greatest risk of repair failure if a surgeon tries to repair the aortic valve. You'll see in these top two clips, you have a rheumatic aortic valve that leads to restricted cusp motion. And in the bottom two clips, you see significant calcifications or a degenerative aortic valve that's leading to aortic insufficiency as well.